Okay, so we have here different presentation tools that we can use, but we're primarily using MS PowerPoint as our application for our lesson. We also use Prezi. Okay, so Prezi is an interactive presentation tool where an image can be panned in or zoomed in and zoomed out using that particular image. Okay, we also have here what we call Keynote. So Keynote is used by Apple products. Next, we also have our Google Slides. So the good thing about Google Slides is you can collaborate while using this particular app. For example, I am editing the first slide, a student is editing slide 2, and another student is editing slide 3. So we can work simultaneously in one particular file. That's a good thing about this particular presentation tool. And you may access this using your Google Drive, and you just need to find Google Slides. So another example of presentation tool that you may use is what we call our Haiku Deck. So this is an online presentation tool, and it can also be downloaded using an app. And another one is PhotoSnap. Okay, so those are examples of different presentation tools. Okay, so let's proceed to the top 10 slide tips that we need to consider when creating our presentation. So the first one is keep it simple. Meaning you need to use some icons, you need to use some shapes, okay, to present your information. Okay, you may also use some bullets to present the text in your PowerPoint presentation. Okay, keeping it simple makes it more easily to read and easily understood by your viewers. Okay, another one, limit your bullets and text. Okay, so do not use too much bullets because it's not that good in presenting your details, or okay, presenting your information on your viewers. Limit your transitions as much as possible. Limit it to one, because if you use several transitions in each of your slide, it will be quite confusing. So listeners will get bored of excessive animations. Okay. High quality graphics. Integrate some pictures that are in good quality. Okay, and do not use some images that are too blurred, okay, to be integrated on your slides. And we also have here a visual theme. Basically, you need to create a theme on each of your presentation. Meaning, each slide shouldn't have its own theme. The slides from slide 1 until the end of your slide should have only one theme. Okay, so that's another tip. Okay. Next, use appropriate charts. Okay, in presenting your data, it's better to use some charts so that it's visually appealing to your viewers. Use color well. Use contrasting colors as much as possible. Choose your font style well. Okay, do not use too much cursive or too much small text. Okay, the following font style can be used on your PowerPoint presentation if you want to present it in a good presentation. So we have Kestriel, League Gothic, Bree. Okay, pre-regular, great vibes, and so on. Use video or audio, okay, to present your ideas. That is also good because we have audio-visual learners nowadays. And lastly, spend time in slide sorter so that you may view the totality of the slides from slide 1 until the last slide of your PowerPoint presentation. So you can see the slide sorter at the bottom right corner of your PowerPoint presentation. So let's proceed in creating an effective presentation. Number 1, we need to minimize, meaning we need to keep the slide counts to a minimum to maintain a clear message and to keep the audience attentive. Remember that the presentation is just a visual aid, meaning you just need to place your key points on your PowerPoint presentation so that the focus will still be on you and not the PowerPoint itself. Number 2, we should have clarity. Avoid being fancy by using font style that is not easy to read. Make sure that it is also big enough to be read by our audience. Consider how big the screen is during your report. So as you can see, the font style here is too small, and okay, it's too not that readable compared to the other font, which is this one. Next is we have simplicity. So use bullets or short sentences. Summarize the information on the screen. Limit the content to 6 lines and 7 words per line. So this is also known as your 6x7 rule. So the new rule that sometimes used is what we call the 3-point rule, where you only have 3 bullets and then the presentation will go using that particular points. We also have visuals, so use graphics to help presentation but not too many to distract the audience. Instead, use a table for data, charts, and graphs. So comparing between the two, you can see now the difference between the population of China and India, okay, using the graph as compared to this particular table. We also have consistency. Make your design uniform. Avoid different font styles and backgrounds on each of your slides. So you have to make sure that your font style is the same across all slides. Your background is the same across slide, and so on. Okay, so being consistent is one of the key. And in terms of transitions and animations, one animation is enough, one transition is enough. So being consistent. So it says here, consistency is more important than perfection. Next, we also have contrast. So use light font or on dark background or vice versa. This is done so that it's easier to read. In most instances, it is easier to read on screen even if the background is dark. This is due to the brightness of the screen. Okay, so as you can see on my example, I use light background and my font style is dark so that you can see or you can read the text much easier compared if I use the dark background. So using hyperlinks in Microsoft PowerPoint, so this is one feature of MS Excel that we need to understand. So hyperlink in your presentation is an easy way to navigate slides across your presentation. So how do we now create your hyperlink? So the first one, you need to select an object or highlight a text. So for example, we have guitar, singer, costume, or ambience. Let's highlight this, guitarist. And then once you highlighted that, go to Insert, Hyperlinks, enter the category, or use Control K to present this particular pop-up information. So the insert hyperlink dialog box would appear. Okay, so you have 4 types of linking. It can be existing file or web page, place in this document, create new document, or email address. Okay, so by default, we use existing file or web page, meaning you can open a Word file, a PowerPoint file, a video file, and so on using the hyperlink. Okay, so once you have selected your file that you want to open using that hyperlink, then we can now integrate that hyperlink in that particular text. Okay, next, here are the links to options. So we have existing file or web page. It creates a hyperlink to a website or local file saved in your hard drive. Place in this document, meaning if you will be clicking that, for example, a arrow, okay, once you have clicked that, you will go to the end of the slide. You may do that. That is placed in this document. So creates a hyperlink that allows you to jump to a specific slide in your presentation. You also have create a new document, creates a hyperlink that once clicked, creates a new document on your specified location. And email address creates a hyperlink to open Microsoft Outlook that automatically adds your specified recipient on a new email. So those are the 4 link options that you can use. So when done, click the OK to apply your hyperlink. So that's how you create it. Next, we can also embed objects in your PowerPoint presentation. You can place Excel file inside your PowerPoint. And on that particular Excel file, you can also edit that Excel file using the functions that is already on the app. Meaning you can compute, okay, real time using that Excel file on your PowerPoint slide. Or you can also open a Word file, PDF file on your Power presentation file. Okay, so that's embedding. So to further understand how hyperlinking and embedding is being done, let's watch this video. So how do we use hyperlink? So let's highlight the word we want to create hyperlink with, then Control K, then there will be a pop-up of insert hyperlink. So as I said a while ago, we have 4 link options: existing file in web page, place in this document, create new document, email addresses. So what we're going to do is to open first another PowerPoint using our hyperlink. So let's click our lesson 1. This is PowerPoint. Then click OK. Then present this using Shift F5. Then we just need to click the guitarist to open our PowerPoint. Okay, so that's lesson 1. Next, let's create a hyperlink that is on this slide. So Control K. Then go to place in this document. We want to open slide 15. So let's go to slide 15. and then click OK. And then present this using Shift F5, then click Singers, and we are on the slide 15. So that's how you use your hyperlink. Now, you can also create hyperlink in pictures. So let's try to click this, Shift F5. You need to click this, Control K, and then go to the last slide, for example. Then click OK, then Shift F5, click the picture, then you will go to your last slide. So that's how you use your hyperlink. Now let's try to embed objects in our Microsoft PowerPoint. So what I want you to do now is go to Insert, then click Objects. Then we're going to embed Microsoft Excel. So let's click Microsoft Excel Worksheet, then click OK. There. So as you can see, once you have embedded a Microsoft Excel in your PowerPoint, you can also use the features of the MS Excel. For example, we can add some numbers. We have, for example, 90 and 100. And then we can create those functions in Excel. For example, we're going to get the sum of 90 and 100. There. So you can use the capabilities of Excel inside your PowerPoint. So once done, you may double click here, and then you can see now here your table or worksheet. Now, what if you want to change the data inside your worksheet? You just need to double click it again so that the capabilities of Excel will be open. So for our quote of the day, simplicity is beauty. There's beauty in simple things. Take time for simple pleasures. Beauty lies in detail. So as future creators of good presentations, make it simple as possible. So for our summary of our discussion, to create an effective presentation, you need to minimize the contents, avoid being fancy, keep things simple, use visuals, be consistent, and be mindful of contrast.